Hello everybody, this is Mr. DSI Review, and today, for my 50th review, I'm going to be reviewing Globulos Party. Now, first and foremost though, I'd like to thank the developers for messaging me about it and even donating a code so that I could review this. I also want to apologize for this not being out like 2 weeks ago, but because of 3DS news and the fact that I wanted to make this my 50th review, I decided to kind of push it back a little bit. But anyway, let's get this started. Globulos Party costs 500 points, and right here is the title screen. It's actually based off a Flash game that they made, and here in this menu you'll notice several things: change, tutorial, play, options, help, and multiplayer. Change is just which globuli? I don't know. Globulus you're using. I think globulus is actually the plural of it. But anyway, there are 72 total globulus. You start out with these 12, and then you can unlock more. So, you know, obviously there are quite a lot. And I guess let's get started with the tutorial here. It's a brief tutorial, but it explains what it has to. The first one just teaches you how to move. You touch your globulus and you slide the arrow around like this. Let's pull it all the way it can go and aim it at this little wall here. And it bounces around. Kind of almost like a little billiards engine, what it reminds me of, you know? And the king, you know, the one here with the crown, he can't move by himself, so you gotta hit him. So let's run into him from this side. He should bounce somewhat like that. The king isn't always used, but he is in some of the mini games. This one just tells you to move before the timer's out. You are timed. You have, you know, a good amount of time to make your moves, but you still are timed. If you move out of the way, that one will fall in the hole and be defeated. And holes are prominent in almost all the mini games. And then, in most minigames, you'll have 3 globulus. So, you know, you just move them however you want. You can use them to push each other, to push enemies, to push the king. You can have them just stand there if you want to. And there you go, that's the tutorial. So, if we just click play here, there are a whole 20 minigames. And, I'm going to show off maybe 2 or 3. First one is arena. I'm just going to show off the first arena, first stage, on the easiest difficulty, because this is probably the first thing you're going to try when you get the game. So here you start out. You'll notice you have a king and 3 globulus, and so do they. And your goal is either to eliminate all their globulus or their king. So I'm going to have this guy move here, this guy move here, but I'm just going to have this guy stay here, because you never know when that might come in handy. See, one of their guys fell in. I'm going to go like this, maybe push something of theirs in, and then aim that guy there kind of lightly. I'll just have that guy move a little bit. And there you go, managed to protect my king, and now I'm probably going to defeat theirs. And there you go. That's one little round. It placed at 3 points. But, you know, there you go. That's basically how it works. I'm not going to continue to show this. And let's go to a different one. Now, a lot of them are kind of like sports, sort of, ball sports. You've got soccer, funky soccer, which is like multiple balls or multiple goals or something like that. You know, kind of weird stuff. And then there's basketball, football, volleyball, foursquare, and hockey, and those are pretty much the same thing. And then you got other modes too. I guess I'll show off sumo. This one's kind of interesting. I'll just show off. Yeah, I'll show it off on the easiest difficulty again. It might make things a little faster. This one's fairly unique. There's these giant globulus that you can't move. You have to push them. And you gotta knock the enemy Globulus out of the ring. You know, it's like a sumo match. And you can push their Globulus, or their sumo rather, or your own. Surprisingly enough, sumo can actually take quite a while. And let's have them all rush at that sumo there. And almost got it knocked out. This actually went very quickly. Normally it takes longer. Or maybe it's just because it's the easiest difficulty. But anyway, there you go. That's how you get 1 point in that. And so there are other fun game modes too. There's of course the ball sports I went through. There's bomb, where you drop like a bomb wherever you stand and you gotta move away, else it'll create a hole and kill you. So eventually the field kind of gets like eaten away at by the bombs. And it gets pretty interesting. That's a fun one. There's Bomber King, which only the king creates the bombs. There's Monster, which is kind of a survival thing. There's Tic-Tac-Toe, which is a little interesting, where you push your king, whichever cell it lands in, it'll place either an X or an O, depending which side you're on. There's Darts, where you just kind of move and try and get to the center of the board where you score more points. And there's other stuff too. There's a lot of them. There's actually Snooker, which is kind of like billiards, you know. And, but, you know, I'm not gonna go and review, like, every single one of those, because that would take too long. Next thing I want to get to, though, is the multiplayer. And, well, right now I have wireless communications turned off, but anyway, you can play 2 players on the system, hot seat. You can do it over download play, or you can do it over wireless play. And in wireless play, I think that's against random people. Yeah, I don't believe there's a friend code system. But that's kind of nice, because, you know, the friend code system is fairly annoying. And, you know, there you go. But it's very nice that they have hot seat multiplayer, download play multiplayer, and wireless. I mean, you know, they definitely covered it, and I have, in reviews of other games, mentioned that it would be much better if it had, you know, like hot seat or download play. Well, this game has that. It's very nice that they have that. So I guess that's about it. Time to get to the, you know, the overall part. I mean, it has lots of mini games, and the multiplayer is definitely nice. The gameplay is like interesting and fun. Thing is, with some of the mini games, particularly like the ball sports, it will get repetitive. Like if you're trying to do this alone. If you play with a friend, it's a lot more fun because, you know, there's 2 of you. But if you're trying to unlock everything, then it is gonna get repetitive, that's for sure. Just because you have to unlock something, you have to go and to the mini game and unlock and like beat every stage in the difficulty. For example, here Arena has Arena 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have to beat all of those with a certain crown, and then you unlock the Globulus. Now with some there's only 1, so it's like no big deal to unlock it, like Darts. But nonetheless, it is a good game. I like the graphics in it. Kind of has, I don't know, I just like them. Sounds are nice. There's no music in the actual game mode, but that's not a big deal. And overall, I would say it's a good game. There's, like I said, there's also a Flash game version online, but it's nice that it's portable now. So overall, I think I would definitely recommend this game, particularly if you have someone else to play with. If you're alone, maybe not quite so much, but yeah, it certainly is a fun game. So if you like this review, please rate, comment, subscribe, send this to your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.